With engines thundering, they're suddenly overhead for yet another formation aerobatic spectacular. The smoke trails from the 5 glistening Impala jet aircraft trace the start of the first aerobatic maneuver just meters above the ground for their display in the theater of the sky. This is the Silver Falcons aerobatic team. Flying formation aerobatics demands a control that is taken to the limits of perfection. For each pilot, absolute concentration is essential, as a distraction for even a single second could have disastrous consequences for the entire team. This elite aerobatic team displays precision flying at its best. The control and coordination of the formation, not only at high speeds and low levels, but also within a limited airspace, calls for a high degree of skill and professional attitude. And the team's safety remains the responsibility of the team leader at all times. Flying at speeds of up to 700 kilometers per hour and as close as a meter from each other while performing complex aerobatic maneuvers not only requires exceptional flying skills, but also a cool head, a disciplined approach, and the ability to work as a member of the team. The Silver Falcons are able to perform 2 types of shows. One for bad weather, with a cloud base is at approximately 800 feet, and the full show, or high-level show, that requires 4,000 feet vertical displacement to fit in the high looping maneuvers. During a show that lasts 15 minutes, the team will carry out 24 maneuvers while flying in 10 different formations, with the formation changing 19 times. Formation aerobatics is the most difficult type of flying that can be performed. The Silver Falcons exhibit the highest degree of professionalism and dedication and proudly project the image of the South African Air Force. Being a member of the Falcon team is not all glamour and glory. These pilots are all instructors at 83 Jet Flying School, flying 2 to 3 sorties with pupil pilots each day. As the team enjoys only a part-time status, all practicing is done in their spare time and usually after hours. Today, the purpose of the Silver Falcons aerobatic team is to plan and present precision aerobatic maneuvers in formation that demonstrate the capabilities of the Impala Mark I and the exacting professional skills that have been developed in the men who fly and maintain these aircraft. Everyone in the Silver Falcons has to put aside their individuality when flying as a member of the team. The reason is not hard to see. The life of each pilot rests so firmly in the hands of the other that there can be no room for individuality. It is therefore not surprising that such a strong sense of comradeship exists amongst the pilots. Criticism, self-criticism, and the desire to continually improve are essential factors that enable the team to present a more polished show at each performance. In a topsy-turvy world, with wings overlapping at times, there is no room for the glory seeker, the exhibitionist pilot who forgets the danger he puts everyone else in. But there are no glory seekers in the Falcons team. Their whole success has been built on training, practice, and complete confidence in themselves, each other, and the Impala Mark I jet aircraft. Since its inception in 1967, the Silver Falcons have always flown a four-ship formation. But in 1988, it was decided to add a fifth member to the team to perform synchronized solo aerobatics. This created a completely new show sequence, providing the team with more flexibility and thereby enhancing the quality of the show, providing greater entertainment value for the spectators. As every member of the Falcons team is an instructor at 83 Jet Flying School, each one is a good analyst of the Impala, knowing every trick in the book about its handling and aerobatic capabilities. As part-time aerobatic pilots, though, the Falcons perform an additional function over and above their normal instructional duties, unlike the Red Arrows and other aerobatic teams who only practice and perform formation aerobatics as a full-time occupation. The Silver Falcons are based at 83 Jet Flying School and merely form a separate flight at the base. In addition to performing the tasks required to keep the Silver Falcons operational, the members of the team are all full-time instructors and are not only required to carry out flying instruction, but also present courses on the numerous technical aspects of the jet aircraft, as well as conversion courses to the already qualified pilots who arrive at the flying school. Flying instructors are trained to instruct on the Impala and specialize in various aspects including airmanship and emergency procedures. Technical simulators are used to cover a number of subjects during a conversion course. The undercarriage and hydraulic system is but one of the physical visual aid that enables the future instructor to fully understand the workings of the aircraft and reinforce his studies. Training on the simulator will also enable the pilot to carry out vital technical inspections of the aircraft when away from base. Instruction is also given on the intricate workings of the aircraft's fuel system, giving the pilot a full understanding of the various systems involved, allowing him to easily assess a situation and take the necessary emergency procedure action when required. The procedure trainer, or flight simulator, is where the pilots receive instruction on instrument flying. This saves time in training the pilot in the air and also serves as an ideal coordination exercise prior to the pilot handling the aircraft in actual flying conditions. The instructor acts as the GCA controller, watching the flight path of the aircraft on a plotter whilst continually feeding the pilot with information, keeping him on an ideal glide path to the runway threshold. Members of the team have been rotated several times since 1967, but nevertheless, a very high standard of formation aerobatics has been maintained throughout. Absolute dedication and the will to fly precise formation aerobatics is what's required to become a member of the team. Although every instructor at 83 Jet Flying School has the opportunity to become a member of the Falcons, it requires more than just an average capability. Members of the team have to constantly set a high standard in their flying, always striving to be perfect. Every sortie that is flown produces a new challenge, and although it's almost impossible to stay in perfect formation every time, there is a driving force in each one of the team to constantly improve, never becoming complacent. The Silver Falcons gave their first display in November 1967, but the origin of the aerobatic team dates back to 1954, when it was known as the Bumbling Bees, flying Vampire jet aircraft. The Bumbling Bees were disbanded in 1959, but reunited in 1966 under the leadership of Colonel Chris Prince, when the Flying Training School was equipped with the Impala jet trainer. This particular aircraft, number 460, was the first Impala to be assembled in South Africa and flown to Langebaanweg by Colonel Prince, starting a new era in flying training. As founder of the Silver Falcons aerobatic team, Colonel Prince was recently able to fly in the same aircraft to relive the memories, making the most of leading the present team for old time's sake. Every morning, the primary inspection of the aircraft is carried out by the technical ground crew of 83 Jet Flying School, who are not only responsible for the Falcons aircraft, but all the jet aircraft at the unit. Each and every part of the airframe, radios and instrumentation is carefully checked to ensure that each aircraft is fully serviceable before being taken out to the apron in preparation for the day's flying requirements. As the official aerobatic team of the South African Air Force, the Silver Falcons fly the locally built version of the Air Mackie MB326, called the Impala Mark I. The single Rolls-Royce Viper turbojet allows the Impala Mark I to fly at speeds of up to 833 kilometers per hour, or 450 knots. This two-seater ab initio jet trainer was first developed in 1957 and has emerged as the most successful jet training aircraft in its class, still serving numerous air forces on 4 continents and has been manufactured under license by several countries. The South African Air Force still remains the largest operator of the MB326. Responsibility for the successful presentation of an air display, the keynote of which is the correct positioning of the entire formation in relation to the spectators, rests with the leader of the team. Every practice or show starts with a thorough briefing on exactly what will be done in the sortie. Thoroughness is one of the reasons why the Silver Falcons is one of the few formation teams in the world which has never had a formation-related accident or incident. A safety record to be proud of. Pre-flight inspection is always carried out in the presence of an aircraft fitter to ensure that there are no problems and that every panel on the aircraft is properly closed and secure. After startup, the ground crew make a final check of the aircraft's control systems before being cleared for the taxiing out and takeoff. En route to the show area, the aircraft are trimmed out at 300 knots, instruments checked for serviceability and smoke switches selected. Once the aircraft have been brought to the correct weight that allows for a complete aerobatic sequence, the show can begin. This is where real concentration is needed, flying in close formation under heavy G-force maneuvers. Running in from behind the crowd at 200 feet and at 340 knots, they pull up for the big V-loop, which is one of the highest in the show. On the way down, the formation changes into reverse delta for another looping maneuver, where the leader and numbers 2 and 3 fly abreast, with number 4 and 5 flying astern of the leader's tip tanks. After a wing over, they approach from left to right, and the team is called into starfighter formation for a clean rolling maneuver at 320 knots. Approaching the crowd head-on, in T formation, they pitch up for the loop, with the number 5 breaking away for his solo display. The rest of the team then completes the loop for a low-level fly-past in the T formation. Then it's a bend to the left, followed by a wing over to the left to position for a 4-ship swan roll, where the number 4 flies astern of the leader, with number 2 and 3 flying Vic on number 4. While positioning the formation for another maneuver, the number 5 comes in at approximately 100 feet and at 250 knots for an 8-point hesitation roll. Changing from line astern, the formation moves into a box or diamond formation for a rolling maneuver, at which time the number 5 is also in the inverted position above the formation during a loop. After completing the loop, number 5 pulls up into a vertical roll, followed by a hammerhead stall. Hugging the surface, it's a pull-up into a 5G vertical climb for another stall turn. After changing to the flamingo formation, where the leader and the number 2 fly abreast, with numbers 3 and 4 flying in the Vic position on them, they loop in formation. After bending left, they display the 4-ship formation in front of the crowd. Number 4 now moves astern of the leader to form a box or diamond, with the number 5 slipping in behind the number 4 to once again form a complete 5-ship manta formation. Each one in the team must have absolute trust in the leader. He is the eyes and ears of the formation, and everyone else flies on him. After a wing over to the left and 1 mile out, the formation reforms into a big V for a loop towards the crowd. In the vertical, on command from the leader, the number 4 and 5 break through 90 degrees for separate loops, with the rest of the team completing the maneuver. At the bottom of the loop, number 2 and 3 break through 30 degrees vertically and 45 degrees horizontally, by which time the number 4 and 5 have completed their loop and cross behind and below, disappearing left and right to form the Valentine's break. Constant practice is the watchword of the team, and every maneuver that is executed to form the aerobatic display is backed up by long, tedious hours of practice and an almost fanatical attention to detail. The end result is a formation aerobatic spectacular. With 250 shows to their credit, and having established a special bond of friendship with every display, the Silver Falcons aerobatic team are true cockpit ambassadors.